Hey Trey, how was practice today?
Good, very good. Everyone's flying around, getting preparation for this week.
What's the mood like this week with the guys?
The same as it always is. We're always flying around. We're always full of energy. Just following the brand, following the culture.
What's the significance for you of playing Texas, a program of that magnitude?
We know what they are and, the history of them. Of course, me growing up in Texas, it's been, something that I've had in my childhood. I've been a couple UT games and stuff like that. So, it's one of those games where, it's you can't really make it too much in your head, but we know it's a little different.
Coach Traylor's talked a lot about the size and the ability on their offensive line. How much different is it from some of the other teams you've prepared for this year?
Nowadays, there's a lot of teams, a lot of big guys, a lot of girth on their O-line, so it's really nothing that I haven't seen.
How do you prepare for the environment up there? It can be pretty loud, probably a lot of people in the game.
Yeah, you just with games like this, you just kind of got to lock in even more. We've had some pretty rowdy games in the Alma Dome. Of course, this is going to be a lot bigger than what they've been saying, but it's still just the same thing. You just got to lock in.
Their quarterback situation is a little bit up in the air. Are you guys preparing for a lot of different potential looks on offense, or how has that part been for your defense?
Yeah, we're going to be well prepared for whatever they come out with.
Trey, how would you say you guys have done overall defensively in the first two games of the season?
I think we've done a lot of good things. Still got a lot of things to work on, of course, as you always will. But so far, I think we've showed a lot of good stuff.
What about your individual play? How do you think you've done?
I think the coaches have prepared me well, and I've trusted the process, and I've done what I can do to help my team.
But did you grow up a Longhorns fan or anything?
For
being honest.
Let's just put it this way. They're close to the city of San Antonio. That's where I grew up. So.
What did it mean to you to come through the offseason and come through fall camp and be the number one at the outside linebacker spot? What was the competition like for you?
The competition is great, and it's still, guys like Jamore and Caleb that are in my position as well. They're great players as well. It's just been trusting the process and doing what I've been coached to do. That's where I am now.
At what point did you realize you'd have a chance to start, or that this could be a real possibility for you to see that?
I'm a really competitive person, so of course in my head I was, always had the expectation that if I went out and played my best, I'd have a shot. So it's really nothing I wasn't, thinking I wasn't going to be or was going to be, or just me doing me.
Trey, what was your journey like to get here? You were a late signing, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, talk us through that.
I was just late getting, with COVID didn't help. That was the year I came out, was COVID year. And then I was committed to another school for a little bit and then dropped out of that late. And then Coach Traylor called me up and just worked out perfectly.
Is it significant for you to have this big of an opportunity this earlier in your career, just with the amount of playing time you have? How does that feel for you as a player?
I'm very appreciative of the opportunities that I have, and I'm very blessed to have the opportunities. But just with the hard work and the dedication and everything I put into and everything that the team's put in, it means a lot.
How do you describe kind of your skill set? What makes you a standout?
I think I'm just a well-rounded player. I think I can do a good amount of things across the board. Whatever coach asks me to do, I'm able to do that pretty well.
What challenges does a guy like Bijan Robinson present for you guys?
We know he's a good player, a very good player. Just like any other good player, we got to lock in on our keys, and we got to be ready for whatever they're going to come out and do. However they're going to utilize him, we got to be ready for that. And it's going to be important that we stop him on Saturday.
You were not playing a lot early last year and then kind of expanded your role as the season went on. What went into that process for you?
We just had a lot of depth then. We had Chuck, 6-year vet, who's now on the Giants. And then we had DQ, who's also another 6-year vet. So it's kind of me just coming in and learning. Like he said, he said I came in late, so I was just kind of learning and getting as much information as I can and getting into defense.
What's your overall development been like? How have you changed or grown as a player in your time here?
I've grown a lot. Of course, coming in from high school, jumping right into college, you're going to learn a lot that first year. I'm still continuing to learn, but I've learned a lot and I've developed a lot.
Jeff was telling us that you sent him a text after the Houston game with some self-reflection on a mistake that you made. Can you take us through kind of what the message was there or why you wanted to do that?
I was just raised to kind of, take up for what you do and all that stuff. And I know Coach Traylor likes to put all up on him, but you got to be accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable as well. So that was just really what that was.
What was it that happened on that play, or what play was it specifically?
Just a play I lost contain on near the end of the game.
Is it, a valuable learning experience for you this early in your career? What can you do to sort of build off of that?
Yeah, all the good things and all the bad things that happen to you, you're going to learn. That's why, I look at it like, not to be up too high, not to be up too low. Just kind of take everything in and learn from every single thing that you can, the good stuff and the bad stuff.
All right, Trey. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.